Well, hello, and welcome to Encourage Me podcast. I am your host, Susan Thomas, and I am so thrilled to have you join us once again on another special episode as we prepare to embrace a brand new coming year with intention and with purpose. Can you believe that we have made it? We've made it to December. We've made it to the end of the year. Glory be to God. God has been so faithful unto us, and He has been so gracious. He's kept us, He's protected us, He has journeyed us all the way to the end of the year. So many things have happened to so many of our loved ones, so many people that we've heard have gotten sick, or many things have happened along the way, but God has preserved you. He's kept you for such a time as this. And we are giving God glory, honor, and praise and thanking Him each and every day for life, for strength, and for keeping us thus far. God has been so good. First of all, from the bottom of my heart, I want to wish each and every one of you a fantastic holiday season. I hope you're feeling the warmth of the season and are surrounded by love, joy, and plenty of good cheer. I know I am. So tonight, just for a few minutes, I'm going to talk on the subject, shift gears. So grab your favorite warm beverage, find a cozy spot, and let's dive into the significance of shifting seasons. Thank you for joining me. And I pray that this conversation, this word of encouragement will uplift and inspire you in some way as we journey together. So sit tight. I'll be right back. So what does it mean to shift gears? So imagine you're driving a car. When you shift gears, what you're doing is you're adjusting to the road ahead. So sometimes you need to slow down to navigate a sharp turn, right? And there are other times you need to accelerate to merge onto a highway. Shifting gears is about adapting to the changing conditions in order to move forward effectively. One powerful example is the story of Joseph. Joseph experienced dramatic shifts in his life, from being sold into slavery by his brothers to becoming a high-ranking official in Egypt, right? But through it all, Joseph, he remained faithful unto God. And his testimony, his story teaches us valuable lessons about faith, about resilience, and about the importance of just preparing for the shifts in our life, the shifts that lie ahead of us. So just as a vehicle's transmission needs to adapt to the different speeds and the different terrains, we too must be willing to adjust our mindset, our behaviors, and our plans to move forward effectively. We can explore the story of Joseph in more detail, and when we read that story, we see that Joseph's life was marked by unexpected shifts, from being betrayed by his brothers, his family, to being unjustly imprisoned. But however, Joseph, he embraced those shifts, and he found himself in a position of great influence and responsibility. We may experience the shaking through the shifting, but don't allow the shaking and the shifting to cause you to lose your posture and your position with God. So as we approach the new year, I was thinking about how we oftentimes may have to take the time to reflect and to think about the areas in our life where we may need to shift gears. Shifting our gears, shifting our mindset, shifting some associations, some connections that may not be for you. So don't resist the shift, but submit to the shift so that God can align you to your purpose. So when we think about shifting gears requires a deliberate and purposeful action by the driver, influencing the direction and pace of the vehicle. So it is when we're shifting, spiritually speaking, it involves intentional, purposeful changes in how we believe, in our attitude, in our mindset, and even in our behavior, guiding us towards a new direction or a level of spiritual understanding. Shifting gears, it requires a brief pause, right? As that transmission adjusts itself, which signifies a transition from one state to another. And similarly, spiritual shifts often involves periods of transition during which we may need to pause. We may need to reflect. We may need to adapt to those changes and adapt to those shifts taking place within our life. But this transition requires patience and just trust in the process of where God is taking us. Shifting gears often enables that vehicle to respond to its changing road conditions or even to the traffic ahead. So the question is, how will you respond when it's time for you to shift gears? So I invite you to just take a few moments to reflect on how you've navigated spiritual shifts or how you've shifted gears in the past, and consider the ways in which you will shift gears going forward. So when it comes to shifting gears, there comes a moment in your life where you may need to upshift. Well, what do I mean by that? Upshift in terms of accelerating to meet new opportunities and challenges head on. Just as that higher gear allows that car to reach higher speeds with great efficiency, upshifting in your life might involve pushing yourself just to take on new responsibilities and pursue new goals and ambitions and embrace the changes of that shift that will propel you towards your own personal and spiritual growth. Recognizing when it's time to shift and having the courage to make those adjustments will lead to a smoother navigation through the twists and turns that come your way. So shifting gears is an acknowledgement of your capacity for greatness. Upshifting is just an encouragement. It'll encourage you to see challenges as opportunities and to view obstacles as stepping stones to progress. So in my conclusion, one of the things that we must recognize in shifting gears spiritually, we must recognize the call to change. And this often comes in the form of an inner stirring, a deep sense of hunger and thirsting, a dissatisfaction, just a nudge from the Spirit of God for more. So my prayer in the name of Jesus is that you will experience a prophetic shift in your life in this season. I decree and declare that you're shifting gears in your spiritual walk with God. You will move from a place of complacency to a place of fervency. I decree and declare that you will shift from a place of doubt to a place of unwavering faith. I decree and declare that when you shift gears, you will go from fear to courage. That when you shift gears, you will shift from confusion to clarity and understanding. As we embark on this new coming year, I decree and declare over you that every door that was once closed in your life are now opening, and that opportunities that seemed out of your reach are now within your grasp. I decree and declare over you that as God shifts you, that you will align with his purpose and his plan over your life, and that he will continue to order your steps as you continue to embrace the shift and embrace his divine guidance that will lead you to a greater impact for the kingdom. This we decree and declare in faith, in the mighty name of Jesus, believing that it is so, according to his will. Well, that's all that I have for you on tonight. Thank you for joining us on Encourage Me podcast, and I hope and pray that this episode has provided you encouragement and insight for your spiritual journey. Keep embracing the shifts, and remember that you're not alone on this road of transformation. Until next time, be blessed. Bye-bye.